Well, you can't trust anything anymore. Why?
You know that expression, seeing is believing? Well, you can go ahead and banish that whole idea to the shadow realm.
Oh, is he about to talk about the AI cars? No, the AI video shit? Bro, I've been telling y'all, AI, he's not. I don't know if he is or if he's not, but oh, Nero, I see your name. I was about to talk about you. I was about to talk about you, Nero. I was about to talk about you, Nero. I was about to talk about you, Nero, in the chat. There you are, bro. Bro! Nero, if I see you talk about Freeran one more time on my timeline, bro! Nero, you are so horny! Bro, yo. Nero pops up on my timeline so frequently, and the way this man, every screenshot I see him post a Freeran, he be like, Freeran, I'm about to lose it. And I'm like, yo, this man in broad daylight is going insane. You said let bro do his thing. Yo, he loves that character.
Because now we've entered into the future where seeing something doesn't necessarily mean
he loves
real.
That character.
Yesterday, OpenAI unveiled Sora.
Yo, yes, this OpenAI thing, and this is literally like a year apart from like the last AI video that they showed us before, a year ago. I think it was like a Will Smith eating spaghetti, to now. I was even telling my sisters this. I was like, yo, AI is here. We're gonna be in an AI future. Like, as much as artists want to say, as much as artists keep on saying fuck AI, don't support AI, blah blah blah, we are here. Like, companies are definitely gonna say fuck you, and they're just gonna do it because it's way more cost efficient. It takes way less time. I'm not saying that I'm in support of this, because obviously I know that there's some artists in the chat. They're gonna be like, damn, Retro, you supporting AI? No, I'm not supporting AI. But all I'm saying is that corporations are definitely gonna support this shit, and they're gonna just go full throttle, because now look at these videos that they making.
And just like Kingdom Hearts 3, this...
Yo, Noah, thank you for the 200 biddies. Damn, Noah, I thought you were at work.
Become so real, all of the way to hijack you, stream and disconnect you at the most randomest moment.
Imagine, soon you're gonna have that ability. You said, do cringe fans ruin good games? It depends on the game.
Jesus, 52 months. Holy balls. Hope the working grind has been treating you well.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, the work grind been treating me well. Any money that I've been making, bro, I just throw that shit into my savings. I'm trying to go insane. Like, just saving money. You say he's shitting on Kingdom Hearts 3 for no reason. Who?
This is looking bad. Sora is text-to-speech video model AI that's able to generate hyper-realistic videos based on the prompts that you give it. And it is astonishing how good some of these look. Now, of course, they're still not perfect. For example, in the video they're showcasing here, these two individuals just fall into the back rooms and vanish. They, like, fade into the background, transmogrify into that chair.
She is very gorgeous to me. No matter the time of day, you got to appreciate your girl, and that's what I do for this autistic elf.
Yo.
BTW chat, watch Freeran.
See?
Anyways,
and he's advertising
I'm scared
it.
as shit for OpenAI videos.
You say you're scared as shit? Look, OpenAI videos, like, you see how good it looks now? Give it like 1 more year, or give it like another year and a half. It's gonna get to the point where I feel like people are gonna start making movies, and we not even gonna know. We not even gonna know that it's AI. We're gonna be like, wow, this movie looks amazing. We're not gonna know. Cause AI is developing and it's just constantly training itself. You said not even a year, a month, bro. It's crazy.
Or whatever it is. It looks like they take a fucking port key out of Harry Potter and disappear. So there's still some wonk.
Also, shout out to Harry Potter, bro. Yo, I've been listening to the audiobooks of Harry Potter. I'm on the second book. Like, I'm on the Chamber of Secrets, bro. I'm trying to find out what's going on, but I haven't even chose a house yet. I mean, I would say I'm probably Slytherin, because Slytherin learns all the dark arts and shit, but
wonkiness to it. But let me show you what this very same level of technology looked like only 11 months ago.
11 months ago.
You might remember the infamous Will Smith eating a plate of spaghetti. That was the pinnacle of AI generative videos back then, and in less than a year, we have reached this point. It's advancing faster than I think anyone could have possibly predicted. I've been ringing that doomsday bell with AI coming to replace so many things for a while now, but even I
This is AI? Oh no.
didn't expect it to be this good this quickly. It's shocking and downright scary. For the longest time,
Bro, but then it's like you gotta think about it like this. Oh my God. AI revenge porn. Yeah, the deep fakes. That's literally what I'm thinking of. I could be like, oh my gosh, dude. Are we back? All right. The stream went down for a second. Okay. You said deep fakes already exist. They do. But now the fact that you could type what you want, though, is different. You could be like, bro, hitting this specific person from the back while they look back at me, and bro, you could like get into detail with it, and it's like, nah, it could go crazy. Couldn't you like be more specific with what you want to see? OpenAI is not going to allow that. It majorly censors their products and makes it highly commercial. It's going to be extremely hard to make 18 plus video content with Sora. That's what you think. But then what if there's like a rogue horny motherfucker? Like, I don't know, maybe Simi Beats, maybe Tula, maybe Cool J, Akuro in the chat. What if one day you woke up and you have the devil horn emoji and you're just like, I'm horny as shit. I want to do some wild stuff. And I don't know, what if you get a cracked key, you get the software, and then you just go insane and just start typing wild shit?
One good thing about AI is that my fantasy with Sydney Sweeney might come true in the future.
True.
I will be fully emancipated from my masculine self and live the life I always want to. Here I come.
Oh, what happened to that Spider-Man movie, chat? Yo, that Spider-Man movie, from what I heard, the Sydney Sweeney Spider-Man movie, I heard that they were in that suit for like 5 minutes and it was only in the beginning of the film type shit. And then the rest of the movie, they were not even in the suits. That's what I heard. I knew that shit was gonna be ass, and everybody came for me when I first saw that trailer. When I first saw that trailer, I was like, oh, this movie looking a little... Everybody was like, is Retro sexist? Is Retro a misogynist? I was like, whoa, no. I'm like, I don't know. It just ain't looking like that. And right when it came out, it was doodle buns. You said, bro, there was a total of 6 minutes of fight scenes. It was only, wow, that's it? You said, I don't care, Sydney Sweeney was here. Look, she's hot. I'm not gonna lie. She's a very attractive individual.
Proof, like irrefutable proof, would always be like a
She's super
video of something. Like if you need to confirm that something actually happened, you would ask for the video evidence of the event. But
You could just lie now. You could just lie. Yup, you could just lie and then just make a video like this and say this happened. Now, we're in an age where we don't know what is real and what is fiction. We're fucked. We're living in a simulation.
But now with AI tools developing as quickly as they have, we've reached the point where AI is able to generate realistic videos that are so convincing that you have to question anything that comes out. The only things that you'll ever know for sure are real are things that you yourself see in person, and even then, you might be getting bamboozled. Maybe it's me pulling a magic trick on you where I make a toothpick disappear in front of your face. You can't trust anything, not even yourself anymore. That's the power of AI and the dystopian future we're heading towards. What Sora's able to do right now is good enough to convince the majority of people that whatever they're seeing is authentic, even though it's not real. It's AI generative. This is going to change pretty much everything, which I've said for a long time. I want to make my position on AI pretty clear since there's often a lot of confusion. I think AI as a technology can be an invaluable tool
We can
that
get
will really
AI
help
retro
in certain
streams
fields
while he's at
complement
work.
humans and be a really useful
No.
instrument for us to utilize,
Yo,
especially
thank you for the
when it
100
comes
biddies. That'd be
to
insane
medical advances in
if
the
you could do
medical
shit like
field.
that.
For like just one quick example, there are certain uses that I think AI will be invaluable for, but then there are some.
That's what I'm saying. AI, I feel like will be very valuable, but then I feel like obviously there's always going to be that group of people that is just going to use it for like malicious bullshit, where they're just going to make a bunch of videos of inappropriate stuff. And then it just gets scary, like in terms of like political stuff. They can make politicians say what,
Not
like
gonna
wild
lie,
shit.
looking at AI makes me mad uncomfortable.
Looking at AI makes you uncomfortable, but how do you know if it's AI? Unless you're talking about like Uncanny Valley, where like the people look kind of weird, then maybe. You said the military could use it effectively.
Really evil things that AI will be used for. Off the top of my head, propaganda, deepfake porn, all of these are already starting to pop off. Deepfakes much longer than the other. The just misleading misinformation, a complete era of synthetic fake garbage that will go ahead and expand across the entire internet to the point where it's going to drown out real human creations. Artists being replaced, voice actors being replaced because you can just make your own AI models. It'll be cheaper than hiring labor from humans. There are just so many bad things that will come from this technology. And when I saw Sora, I tried really hard to think of a single positive thing that can come from AI-generated videos.
The only positive thing that comes out of it is that maybe you can make a TV show. I don't know, maybe some cool ass mini film. But I feel like there's way more cons than pros if you think about it.
Hyper-realistic AI-generated videos. And just like me at a height competition, I failed. I could not think of a single positive thing that can bring. I can't think of anything good that will ever come from being able to generate hyper-realistic AI videos. The only things you can use that for are nefarious purposes. Lying, misinformation, propaganda, porn, all that kind of shit.
Yo, and the amount of misinformation that Black Twitter posts, because we gotta talk about this shit. I talk about this shit often, bro. Whenever I'm on Twitter, there's different parts of Twitter. I feel like my Twitter account is always in Black Twitter. Like I can't get out of it. And bro, I see the worst takes on that shit. Like people say the absolute dumbest shit in there, and then like there's a community of people that agree with some of these takes, and I'm like, yo, like, bro. You said Black Twitter about to go crazy in a few months, bro. If they get an AI machine that makes videos, it's over. You know how much misinformation is going to be posted like times 10, and people are just going to be making straight up lies. They're going to be like, "Yo, I got a video of Beyonce throwing it back with oil," and then people going to legit believe it and start retweeting it and posting it, and it's not even Beyonce. It's AI.
Nothing else. I can't think of a positive use case. Even if you go with things that are less extreme than those examples, making YouTube videos and just flooding the internet with fake garbage that's not real is still bad. Like, that's still not good. Where a future is just unlimited supply of just AI generated content, where people's entertainment is all just fake and artificial, that's sad to think about. Like, that's scary to think about. Every single industry will be affected by AI, and it's moving so quickly, and you can see it in real time with things like Sora coming out now. It's frightening, frankly. And I think it's pretty clear the direction this is going to go.
And it's like, and it's weird and it's scary at the same time, chat, because it's kind of like we saw the direction. It's like I grew up in the era when I saw the internet start flourishing, right? Like I remember when the internet was unpopular. The internet was a barren wasteland where people didn't believe in it. They didn't think anything was going to come out of it. And I was there, like when I was like one of those like young kids where I was like, oh shit, the internet is popping. This is cool as fuck. And it was like the younger millennials, when the internet started like developing, we were there. And then, what's his name? NFTs came out. We saw the pushback on NFTs, and I knew for a fact that NFTs was never gonna go anywhere because I could just tell like how universally everybody was like, yo, fuck NFTs. NFTs was just some bullshit that people were just trying to make a quick buck out of. I knew that shit wasn't gonna go anywhere. But AI, you could tell that shit is gonna be the next wave. AI is definitely going to be the next wave, and that shit is going to keep on getting pushed, and it's going to keep on getting better, and there's no way that we can stop it. You said, I wish the internet was still niche. I agree with that. I kind of wish that the internet was still niche, too, because I know I'm going off on a tangent. Yo, tell me how yesterday I was at the park. Yo, the youth of today, their attention span is fried. Their attention span is fried. I heard this guy, he had a JBL speaker. There was a kid at the park. They had JBL speakers, right? On blast. They were playing TikTok songs on a radio station. That's the most low IQ, low attention span shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was just like random sound bites being played on blast. So all I kept hearing throughout the park while I was on the swing is, oh no, oh no, 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 no. And then it would just switch to another song and it'd be like, switch to another song. And I'm like, bro, like, you have that short of an attention span that you need to keep switching songs every 6 seconds to, like, feed that dopamine in your brain? Nah, dude. People are fried this generation. They're fucked.
Companies are going to cut so
Yes, Vine Boom sound effects. Like, they had that on blast in their speakers. Like, it'll be, like, different popular sounds from TikTok. Like, probably, like stupid-ass popular shit. Like, it would go from, oh, no, 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 to 5 to 9, another round of shots. Turn down for what? And then it would just go to another soundbite, and I'm like, we're fucked. We're fucked. Like, we're gonna see people in the future, like, trying to do jobs while looking at Subway Surfer, looking at a video of Markiplier playing Five Nights at Freddy's at the same time of them doing another thing. We're fucked.
corners now and
yup,
save
and the
so
fart
much money
reverb
by investing into AI tools. They'll no longer need all their artists. They'll no longer need all their writers. They'll no longer need all of their voice actors. They'll no longer need all of these different
Sir
things
Lux,
that
thank you, man.
they have always needed. At some point, you won't even need actors anymore because you can just AI generate the models and then AI generate the entire production around them. Eventually, you'll be able to have full-blown blockbusters for half the cost because it's only going to take a team of 10 people to make an entire movie because they'll all just be utilizing AI. And you could even, like, necromancy some old celebrities into it as well. You could have it starring fucking Humphrey Bogart, Abraham Lincoln, and Marilyn Monroe because you can...
That's true. That's true. They could just be grimy with it. But they'd be like, yo, I can make a movie and just put fucking George Washington in that shit. And guess what? You can't stop him. They're gonna be like, George Washington didn't consent to this. I'll be like, bro, he's been dead for decades. For millenniums. I don't know. Fuck, like, he been dead forever. I'm gonna put that motherfucker in my movie.
Generate the AI model off of them and have them have perfect line reading with these voice models.
I'm gonna have George Washington with a shotgun.
They're already extremely convincing in a lot of cases. So it's pretty scary to think that there's a chance that the future.
Yo, thank you, Sir Lux.
Our entertainment.
Thank you, Aerobles with the skibidi toilet. Skibidi bop bop bop. Yes, yes.
Text sentences to generate the prompt. It's sad, and I think this is going to lead to no AI was used in this production as like a stamp or a watermark. And I think 99% of the time it's going to be a lie. I think AI is going to be used by pretty much every company ever because all companies are looking.
Sorry, Chad, my inner horny came out. Pokey looked mad good yesterday at the fucking award show. Son, she fucking ate, bro. I don't care. She looked good as fuck, dude. Nah. Pokey was eating. Pokey was eating yesterday, bro. When I saw her, I was like, God damn, she looked good.
Save as much money as possible at every possible angle. So as
you say, here we go again.
They'll
I don't care.
Roll around in that mud all day. They'll get real filthy in the pig pen, and they will use AI because it's going to save them money.
Harmus,
so
thank you, baby.
It's going to come to a point where people are going to advertise as marketing material. No AI was used in the following production. That kind of shit. AI technology being used in this way is just not something I'm excited about at all. I think the only people that are excited about this are corporations because they'll get to save more money so they can buy some more yachts.
Corporations because they're going to save money, and then evil people on the internet because they're going to make like some heinous, nasty shit.
And scammers.
Yup.
Because since it's going to be open.
Bro, I saw that shit on Twitter where somebody charged somebody $2,000 for that shitty ass Splatoon art with that stupid ass. You saw that orange Splatoon character eating a fucking like popsicle? They charged somebody $2,000 for that shit? You said who? I don't know, bro. I saw that shit on Twitter. Somebody charged somebody $2,000 for some shitty ass AI Splatoon art. Bro, at this point, I'm about to become a demon. I'm about to make a burner account and then just start charging motherfuckers for AI, bro. Like at this point, I'm about to start hustling. But you know what? I ain't gonna do it to motherfuckers in America. Like I'm about to start hustling people from like, I don't know, overseas or some shit. I know that sounds fucked up. Everybody in the chat looking at me fucked up now. They're like, damn, Retro, you about to scam some people? Bro, like that's some bullshit though. How the fuck you charging 2,000?
Try me, bitch!
Oh my God, that shit was loud as hell. Hold up. Before I watch this video.
Try to fuck with me!
Oh my God, this shit is loud as hell. I need an explanation on this word right here. Nii-Sanji. When I tell you whatever the fuck a Nii-Sanji is, this shit was on my feed for like a whole week and it was inescapable. It got me so annoyed to the point where like I was about to mute like 30 words because it's a VTuber company. Pyrocynical made a video about it. Nii-Sanji is the English VTuber company. It's an English VTuber company. Bro, what is going on with VTubers? Yeah, like there's been a lot of drama with the VTuber community. Like motherfuckers is weird. They're doing all types of crazy shit.
You don't want to try me? Try me! Come at me now! There's no fucking...
Bro, they put the audio on this video like max volume. My ears. One of the largest VTuber companies. Basically, a lot of fucked up shit is going on there. It's a VTuber company that's fucking over their streamers. Like what are they doing? Taking money?
Whenever I see a massive company start to...
26 minutes? Oh. No!
Now, what's going on with you today? Thank you.
Okay.
show signs of failure and going down the path of collapse, I'm often reminded of the late great Blockbuster, God rest its soul, the pioneer who really did it first, a company deemed too big to fail, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. And since then, there's been a couple other companies that have gone down a similar path, and right now there is a new one pulling a Blockbuster, Nii Sanji. Whether or not you're a huge VTuber fan, you're at least familiar with the industry. VTubing is huge, and it has been for years now. It's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions. And in this space, there are two agencies that stand atop the others as kind of the titans of the space. It's HoloLive and Nii Sanji. Now, Nii Sanji has an English branch that right now is going through one of the most foul displays of mismanagement, cruelty, and just downright terrible business practice I've seen in quite some time. It's a real head scratcher because every single day they continue to dig themselves a deeper and deeper hole. It's like this company is run by a Voltorb that is obsessed with using the move self-destruct. It is just bent on burying itself. So I definitely wanted to talk about it now that I'm fully caught up on the situation. There is so much to go over. There's a really good video that breaks down like the main timeline here for what happened, and it comes from Mujin. I'll go ahead and play the main catalyst for this, and then I'm going to actually turn to a series of Reddit comments that were left that I think go over the entire history of the Nii Sanji problems that have come to light, and then fast forward to what just happened last night, where an even bigger controversy just unfolded. So there really is a lot to cover, and all of it's looking terrible for Nii Sanji, the English branch that is. Now, when I first was made aware of this on stream a little while ago, I said that I'm not even surprised by it because a lot of these VTuber agencies have a history of some very terrible things going on behind the scenes. Many of you know I started my own agency for YouTubers and streamers a while back called Human Media Group. We recently merged with Jimmy Here's group and became Mana Talent Group, and over the years I've actually seen a couple of these VTuber contracts that they were formerly under, and it is downright evil what some of them were doing to the talent that they manage. I obviously can't get into the specifics of it, but it is some horrible stuff, that some really bad stories and bad things that we saw from that. But even being familiar with some of the horror stories that we learned over the years from some agencies, I was shocked to see just how bad Nii Sanji was here. So I want to focus more on the most recent stuff that just happened, but I still would like to give you a foundation for what started all of it. So for that, I'll turn to this clip from Mujin's video that breaks down this whole situation and just give you the catalyst. This was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, fundamentally, that kicked off this world war against Nii Sanji, all of which they brought upon themselves by being just complete, unreasonable, evil assholes.
It all started on Christmas Day, a day you're meant to enjoy with family. It couldn't have gone worse. The trigger for this entire catastrophe? A music video. Selen had worked on a music video for her fans. She paid $15,000 out of her own pocket because Nii Sanji wouldn't fund it. And on top of not funding it, what did they do? They take down the video in under 24 hours. No explanation to the public. Remember what I said about corporations and how they have access to all social media of their VTubers? Yeah, that's what happened. And she couldn't do anything about it. All she could realistically do under the very tight contracts and NDAs of a corporation is make up a vague tweet, sort of explaining what's going on to her fans.
Selen was a VTuber that was very popular and was with Nii Sanji's English branch. And she had a history of being super involved in her community. She called them Dragoons, and she wanted to do a special music video for the community and paid $15,000 out of her own pocket to make it happen for the fans. And she posted it thinking that it was totally okay to do because she self-funded it when Nii Sanji declined to, but they made a big stink about it and took the video down, even though she had permission for the song that was used, and even though it came from her own piggy bank instead of theirs. They didn't like that it didn't get the proper approval through the internal management. Because the way Nii Sanji runs their company, it's with a fucking iron fist. You need permission to fart on stream as a VTuber under that agency. And since she didn't get all of the proper channels to sign off on it, they took it down. Which of course was a huge hit to Selen and her community because they worked very hard on that project. So she made a vague statement explaining that, well, management took it down, but she actually encouraged her community to re-upload it across the platform because she wanted it to live on. And she assumed that would be okay because, it's not on her channel anymore, so they shouldn't have a problem with it, but they did. This soured relations between Selen and Nii Sanji, and behind the scenes it led to a lot of harassment and bullying from Nii Sanji against Selen.
Because out of nowhere, on December 27th, she tweets on her account, "I apologize for the silence. I've been in the hospital after an accident and will be staying there for a few days to be under supervision. I just got back access to my phone yesterday." Now, of course, people were happy she was out of the hospital, but the concern was still there. It was very vague and people didn't know what was going on. The Selen Potski termination notes. "I will not be silenced anymore. On December, I was hospitalized for an attempt that was caused by a buildup of bullying from within and being in a toxic and poor environment for numerous months that led to my breaking point. I requested to leave first, but on more neutral terms on the 26th of January.
Obviously, I chopped this up and Frankenstein together this little segment to give you a very concise timeline. So, Selin made a post about how she's going to need to take some time away after an accident that landed her in the hospital. Everything was very vague. Eventually, she explained that she's been discharged from the hospital, and then shortly thereafter, NiiSanji English branch announced the termination of Selin Tatsuki. The termination letter is very poorly explained as to why she's exactly being fired. Now, when it comes to VTubers, there's two ways that departing a company goes. One is a graduation stream, where they graduate from the company, and it means that they are leaving on good terms. So they have like a big send-off farewell stream, and that's the end of it. Sail off into the sunset. Sunshine and rainbows, it's a happy ending. You get the good ending. Or there's this, where you just get publicly terminated and just fucking slapped down by the company like this. And in this case, obviously, Selin got the latter, where they just said, she's gone. Now, if you're not familiar with VTubing, when you sign with an agency like NiiSanji, they basically own you. They give you your VTuber avatar, they own all of your socials, your channels, everything. You are unable to operate with any type of autonomy. You are under their thumb.
Hold up. That does not sound great. That does not sound great. They have access to all your shit?
And they basically own all of it. So she lost access to everything here, and she actually didn't even know she was being terminated. She found out when this tweet dropped. They didn't even notify her. And the tweet, again, is very poorly explaining things. They talk about selling, like, it's a fucking IKEA furniture tutorial on how to put it together.
You own nothing, so how do you get paid?
Authorization flows not making sense and whatever. And then they cite, like, the music video and how when she made the tweet that management took it down, it damaged their brand and caused problems for them, this and that. It was just fucking stupid. A bunch of dirty barnacles. And then Selin went to her original account, her original brand of Doki Bird, to explain what actually happened, is that due to the harassment and bullying and the toxic environment NiiSanji created, she made an attempt on her own life and landed in the hospital. Luckily, she survived and is still with us today, but she no longer would be silenced by this company and bullied into being silent. So she started to explain what happened behind the scenes that led to all of this stress and all these problems. She lawyered up and is engaged in now a legal battle with NiiSanji, presumably, that is being worked on. And that is where all of this really started. That's when the floodgates opened. And with all of this information out there now, people were able to go back to some previous NiiSanji talent with a finer tooth comb and see that the signs of a sinking ship had been there for quite a while. Signs of a company that mistreats its employees, signs of a company that is mismanaged and just downright diabolical behind closed doors. And I want to go over that because we have a lore master in the comment section of a live stream fails clip that I think does an extraordinary job of just laying all of this information out. So our guide is WeeShitter69. A great name for a great philosopher. So WeeShitter starts by explaining what NiiSanji is and how big NiiSanji is, and then takes us back to the past. March 10th, 2023, one of NiiSanji's newer talents, Zion Lanza, was terminated, which again is being fired, publicly, and then put out this bullet point list of the infractions that they accrued. And at the time, people sided with NiiSanji, but then stated that the way they handled it was a little unprofessional, especially coming from a multi-million-dollar company, and just overall not great. But since Zion no longer had access to their accounts, she returned to her original account that she had before joining, which was Sayu Synchronicity. Now, if you've followed this story for a while, you've probably seen this meme tossed around about Sayu was right, or Sayu tried to warn us, and this is what they're referring to. On that account, she revealed more information about her own experiences inside the company, hinting at a toxic environment, incompetent management and bullying, self-suspensions, etc. And she further stated that she hopes other talent realize their own worth and that they deserve better. Some people sided with Sayu, but most didn't at the time. Then in May of 2023, Selin Tatsuki hosts a contest letting her fans design her next outfit. NiiSanji management tried to put a stop to the very act of compensating the artists for their designs, while also trying to assert that artists who enter the contest should hand over the rights to the artwork for free. Selin refuses this notion and pays the winners out of her own pocket instead. She, a while after that, hinted that management no longer allowed her to organize events anymore, which sounds about par for the course for a company like NiiSanji, where July 8th of 2023, Nina Kosaka graduated, meaning they left on good terms, had a farewell stream, but then comes back later with VShojo, which is another VTuber agency, as Matara Khan. That information will be pertinent later. August 27th of 2023, Mista Rias also graduates, saying that he was burnt out and no longer had any drive, and reappeared shortly after as K9 Kudo as the first male VTuber in VShojo. Again, information that'll be important.
Oh, so they all left that shit and they all went to VShojo. They were like, fuck that. We're going over here.
Here soon. Once they settled in, statements from both of them saying how surprised they were that management and VShojo were actually helping them achieve their creative aspirations started to come out, and how they finally feel like they have worth after being repeatedly told by some that they did not, strongly echoing Sayu's previous statements, even revealing that they did not receive the YouTube plaques on their own channels during their time in NiiSanji, but rather that the company kept them. So NiiSanji kept the plaques from the YouTube channels, meaning the 100,000 subscriber play button and the gold play button for a
That's
million.
insane.
The talent didn't even see that, which is just such a scummy thing to do, obviously. Now, while Sayu was a relatively new member of NiiSanji at the time, Nina and Mista were considered cornerstone, thus the tide started to slowly turn. And then they jump a bit forward in the timeline, and that's when they fast forward to the Selin Christmas catastrophe with the music video that got taken down by management. And then in January, with the departure of Pomu Rainpuff, more people started to wonder how bad things were at NiiSanji. Pomu Rainpuff was one of their biggest VTubers and shocked everyone when they announced their graduation in January. And it was even more shocking when people didn't hear from Selin since they were friends. So that's when people started to worry about her safety. And then in February, another liver named Kyo Kaneko announced the graduation, which again brought the community into an uproar, wondering why is there so many people departing all at once here? Is there like a waiting list, like this fucking purgatory or something, with people waiting to go to the other side? And then on February 5th, NiiSanji released that termination notice. And that's when Doki Bird talked about what actually happened with her hospitalization following her unalive attempt that was built up from the stress that NiiSanji put upon her. And a lot of information started to come out, both from artists and other people who had previously worked with them, claiming that working with NiiSanji was never very good. There was delay in payments, NDAs being sent multiple times with the wrong name, just so many different things. But Selin had always paid the artist out of her own pocket during this period of turmoil while trying to work with NiiSanji. And following all this new information coming to light, the public was understandably outraged, because this is just some deplorable garbage. The dam broke and they were flooded with tons and tons of angry fans. The tornado blew through and picked up 500 septic tanks, and the shitstorm that came with it was something that NiiSanji couldn't have possibly predicted. So NiiSanji's stakeholders started to suffer. They lost several sponsorships because of all of this. Apparently they're
I'm also gonna say, like, doesn't that fuck up the streamers themselves too? Because then now the streamers that are working for NiiSanji, right? Like, if I'm under the umbrella of NiiSanji and you guys are coming into my chat right now, y'all ain't gonna show support. Y'all ain't gonna be like, oh, I ain't giving this motherfucker bits. Why? Because y'all know that any money that I obtain through donations, bits, subscriptions is all going to NiiSanji. and then like at that point, I would if I was under the Nii Sanji umbrella, I would have been hitting them up like, yo, I'm leaving. Get me out of here. Yo, Noah, thank you. Que buenos. All of them at least lost 10K subs from this, and some dipped below the recent milestones like 600K. Damn.
Their stock price, like their valuation or whatever, started to plummet as well. It was a huge hit to their company, and it only continues to get worse by the day. So Celine revealed that she had spent like $250,000 of her own money on projects throughout the last year there, so she made no profit. And a very interesting piece of information that people brought up is that in December of 2022, Mista Rios had a slip of the tongue revealing that talent only gets 1% of merch sales, and other reports stating that it was a whole
What? 1% of merch sales? What kind of fucking shit is that?
%. And this serves to showcase that Nii Sanji doesn't just harass and bully their talent directly, they also financially fuck them. That is downright criminal.
1%?
Only 1 or 2% if they're feeling gracious enough of merch sales to the talent is mind-boggling. And I saw a couple people defending this. And let me just go ahead and take you in real quick because it looks like you blew in from Stupidville. That is unacceptable. Yes, the VTubers here don't actually own their avatar or anything. That does belong to Nii Sanji, and they signed the contract and agreed to that. But with
Yes, I agree with that too. Because people could bring up that argument saying, oh, but Nii Sanji's the one that gave them the VTuber models. True. But who is the one bringing the VTuber to fucking life? Right? Bringing them to life. Giving them a voice. Giving them a personality. Giving them, like, characteristics and shit. And just making the character alive. It's the people who are behind the VTubers. It's fucking crazy, 1%.
Without them, that merch doesn't move. They are still the sole force for why that merch sells in the first place. Thus
Exactly.
fairly. If they don't make that tweet about the merch being available, if they don't talk about it on stream, 0 people buy it.
What's up,
and
Mewtwo?
A 1 or at most 2% cut of that is just laughably pathetic and it's just depraved, really. And this also led to a meme that you've probably seen if you've been keeping up with it about how Nii Sanji's CEO was too busy on his yacht that he built on the back of his talent through exploiting them financially. It comes from this information where apparently the CEO had flexed that he had a yacht that he had recently purchased or something. I didn't look into that too deeply, but I keep seeing that pop up everywhere with people citing different sources.
That's another thing, bro. You know how stupid of a investment is it to like buy a boat? I've heard that shit from so much people who own boats. They're like, bro, never buy a boat. I'm like, why? They're like, bro, you're barely gonna use that shit. Boats are a dumbass investment. Yo, Ryuzaki, what's up, baby?
For it. I believe that that's probably something that happened because they are legitimately just exploiting their talent here. This is a completely unacceptable split. Under no circumstances should this be allowed. That is crazy. And what's even crazier is I know they're not the only ones that do that to their talent. In the VTuber space, I have seen some very unfair deals. Now, not this bad. I will say this is exceptional.
You said it's actually worse. They give them their models, but Zion explained in her document after being terminated that she had to pay for her debut access and everything out of pocket. It also put her in debt. Yo! Damn, bro. VTuber space, I don't know what's going through shit like this, man.
Horrible. But I wasn't surprised to learn that when I first saw that they take 98% of merch sales because these VTuber agencies look for every possible way, at least the contracts I've seen from some of them, to squeeze every dime possible out of that talent while not letting them get the lion's share most of the time. I'm having to tiptoe around this a little bit because I don't want to get in any hot water with it, but yeah, it fucking sucks. That is awful. Now back to the WeeShitter archives here. WeeShitter then talks about what happened last night, which is what I want to talk about as well. So the clip that he's referring to is Dokibird was streaming. She has now come back to streaming, trying to, just have a good time with her community again, and things are going extremely well. She went from 10,000 subs to now over 500,000 subscribers. Her first stream back had over 100K concurrent. Absolutely fucking crushing it.
Okay.
And last night during her stream, which was her first gaming stream since being back, she had to end it early because fellow livers Alira Pandora, who'd been quiet since the announcement of Celin's termination, started a stream at the same time called A Message from Nii Sanji. And during the stream, she was joined by other Nii Sanji VTubers, Ike, Evelyn, and Vox Akuma. Both of them were thought to be friends of Celin, or Dokibird, and they read a totally not scripted message expressing how sad and betrayed they felt that Celin had given out personal information, like real names and other required information, about livers in her legal document that she sent over to Nii Sanji, and some of them stating that they had thoroughly read through it, as well as presenting Discord snippets between Celin and management, when it was presented by them thinking that it would absolve them. Now, I truly believe that Nii Sanji forced them to make this video. I think that they were 100% pressured into making this statement. I don't think the VTubers chose this, nor do I think they really believe what they were saying, because you'd have to be on some goddamn idiot juice to think that that was a good idea. Obviously, this is just inviting everyone in the community to throw tomatoes at you.
That's what I'm saying. And then it's like, bro, if I'm not involved in that shit, I don't give a fuck if Nii Sanji hit me up. I would have been like, bro, I'm not involved in this. I work for y'all, but I'm not involved in this, so I'm not doing none of this shit. If y'all want to terminate me, bro.
Scream, boo, boo, you stink. Like, it is a terrible statement from them. And the obvious big problem here, one that Dokibird also had to call attention to, is that it seems Nii Sanji seemingly shared confidential information with these parties that are unrelated to the issues, which could potentially include her medical information, which is fucking illegal. You can't do that. You can't just share this personal information. You can't
Oh my god. Nii Sanji was sharing medical documentation? Yikes.
Information and protections in place for that. That's a highly illegal thing to do. Meanwhile, goofballs at fucking Nii Sanji here were real loosey-goosey with Dokibird's information. Confidential information, it seems. So I'll go ahead and play the clip from Dokibird when she...
Hey chat, what have we been doing? I left when Moist was talking about the Sora AI video program. I just got back from a practice runway photo shoot.
Oh
Mucho
shit.
salute.
You a model, Cool J? Hey, bro, if I ever catch you on TV, I'm gonna be like, hey, I know that guy.
Learned about all of this.
Thank you, Cool J.
Despite everything that has happened, I was very sad to find out a personal document that was only shown between 3 different parties had to be leaked out. Because it was a document I made for my lawyer, and it was a document that was not supposed to be shown anywhere else but to me and my lawyer and to the lawyers on the other side. And we were promised it was not to be shown anywhere else.
Oh my god. Yo, I feel so happy for her though, like in terms of like her community showing support. God damn, now she could keep all that money and none of that shit gets to go to fucking Niji-san or wherever the fuck. Man, she got 33, damn near 33K concurrent viewers. Wow.
It was not to be shown anywhere else.
Because that's how the process is supposed to work in a fucking legal battle, where you're not sharing confidential information with others unrelated to the fucking legal battle taking place. But I guess Nii Sanji, being the goobers they are, for some reason tried to weaponize that information by giving it to Selin's friends, and most likely, I'll say there's a high chance, forcing them to make that video.
Chatter private info,
which is a terrible video that I don't think they wanted to make, because they have to have known it'd be a disaster for them.
They shared it to other talents. That's
their
insane.
Careers are definitely taking a hit because of that. Like, I feel like they know that for sure. But I feel like Nii Sanji was trying to strong arm them into doing it, because from the sound of things, it looks like anyone that signs with Nii Sanji is basically just their fucking hostage for the entire time with the agency. Dokibird went on Twitter to once again say that it was never supposed to be shown to anyone other than me, the lawyer, and any other relevant lawyers. It was a private document with personal information, and then expressed concern, wondering if her medical and hospital records were also released without her consent, since that was also promised to be kept private. She said she's currently talking to her lawyer, and thankfully only her diagnosis and reason for hospital stay was reported without further private info being disclosed. So that's currently where everything's at right now, and Nii Sanji is bleeding out. So much so that the CEO made his own little YouTuber apology video, which is trash. I was going to play you clips from his—
Is that him? Nii Sanji? That's him? Chetty boy.
I was going to play you clips from his apology video, but with Nii Sanji, you never really know what stupid shit they're going to do, so I didn't want to risk getting a strike on it for covering it. So instead, I'll just go ahead and refer to the article here. One of the main things that he apologizes for off rip is that after announcing the termination of Selin, there was a notice that was published saying that the impact this would have on the company's performance would be negligible. And he says that this was a misunderstanding, and they used inconsiderate word choice for it, and recognizes that Selin was integral to the growth of Nii Sanji English branch. And really, the whole thing more just seems like a statement to investors, like on a business side of things, as opposed to like a legitimate apology for anything that happened. To me, it comes across as super corpo, soulless suit speak, like, yeah, we terminated Selin, whatever, that's well, who cares? What really matters is the investors not losing faith. So we'll make this video to try and regain that investor faith so we can keep raking in those big bucks. He promises like very vague things about changes coming, we need better systems in place that we're working towards this and that, but none of it really comes across as sincere, especially considering that if you really wanted to make a good fit.
Yeah, because everything is just coming off as like they're just doing damage control right now. Because if they wanted to be sincere, they would like apologize to Doki and then try to like make things right with Doki. Instead, they're just like, oh, don't worry, in the future this shit won't happen again.
Faith, like strong stance, like we need to change. Start with monetarily. It's now come out that your talent gets fucked financially when it comes to their split on like merch sales and things like that. If you really want to make a good faith, like convincing, compelling argument that you're going to change, start there. I would like to see that, because you can easily showcase that one. It's gonna be hard to convey to the public that you're changing things behind the scenes, because again, that's behind the scenes. It's always going to be
exactly.
Never gonna be
we don't know.
But your merch split with your talent, that is public. If you allow your VTubers to talk about it, they can say, hey, look, we just got raised up a ton of percentage when it comes to our merch split, and we really appreciate that. It's a sign of goodwill, you know, and maybe things will get better in the future elsewhere too. But personally, I don't see them making any meaningful changes to company culture or the way things happen behind the doors or anything monetarily. I just don't see them really doing a whole lot to improve. And I think—
But now the thing is, though, is that it's going to deter people. Anybody who wanted to be part of that business now is not going to want to be a part of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the next coming months, a lot of these VTubers are going to quote unquote graduate and then go to other shit like V Shoujo or whatever. But I feel like we're about to start seeing a bunch of graduations happen soon.
I think the community feels largely the same way, which is why Nii Sanji continues to fester here. Now, while they haven't fully gone under or anything of that nature, they're definitely trending in a downward death spiral at the moment, where it seems more graduations are on the way, most likely, or perhaps even terminations to more talent, and the public is not super excited about the future of Nii Sanji English branch. Now, the English branch of Nii Sanji is just one component of it. Its biggest is still the Japanese sector, but I have to imagine if the English branch flounders and fails—
Facts. If English sector is this bad, Japanese sector is probably fucking terrible. Yo, they probably paying them crumbs. They probably giving them crumbs. Like, yo, 10 yen a stream.
It's going to be bad for Nii Sanji as a whole, because it still was a sizable chunk of their company, and that's going to affect that side of things too. So it's definitely something that they wouldn't like to see go away, I would imagine. But it's looking like it's going towards that direction. So anyway, I just wanted to cover this a bit, because
the Japan branch is dick riding hard as fuck.
Really at a point where it was probably too big to fail, is starting to fail. Truly by their own mismanagement, own problems, and own toxicity. And I'm wishing the absolute best for Dokibird going forward. Hopefully the legal process she's engaged in is smooth and an easy W, and hopefully her streams continue to pop off. So best of luck to her, and yeah, that's really about it. Yeah.